Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm gonna show you how I edit my portrait into a moody portrait using some simple adjustment in Lightroom. So without wasting time, let's get started. So this is my raw photo and this is my edited photo. Let me just reset everything and we can start from the scratch. Oranges on her shadows on her face and more blacks in the background, so I'm gonna change the temperature to around 14,000. Yep, that will work. I'm gonna increase the 10 to 10 or 11. 10 or 11. 11 is perfect. Exposure to around 15. Contrast to around 36 or 40, in between, anywhere. Highlights, I want to have more details in the background, so I'm gonna decrease the highlights to around minus 41, maybe. Yeah, minus 41 will work. I want to have more details in this part of the photo. I'm gonna increase the shadows to around 90 to have more details in that area of the photo. 90. I'm gonna increase the whites to around 30. 29. Yep. Blacks minus 9 or 10. Yep. So to make her skin look smoother, I'm gonna decrease the texture to around 32. It will make her skin smoother than before. Clarity will be minus 8. And dehaze, I'm gonna do like plus 4 to have more details. Let's move to the tone curve, the pretty interesting area of any photo editing. So the tone curve basically adjusts all main part of the photo: midtones, shadows, and highlights. So for this picture, what we want to do, we want to increase the shadow a little bit around here, bring down some midtones around here, and increase some highlights. So I'm gonna make a S curve here a little bit. That's perfect. Let's move on to HSL color adjustment. So we're gonna change each and every color based on what we needed for our final edits. Let's change the red. Do we want to change the red? Yes, let's change the red to around minus 10. Minus 10. Let's change orange to minus 21. Minus 21. I don't want any yellows in my highlight or in the shadows, so I'm gonna make it to the orange. Green, I don't want to touch. I don't want to touch aqua, blue, purple, and magenta. For saturation, I'm gonna reduce the red to around minus 43. Minus 43. Orange is to 29. Minus 29. Around here. I don't want yellows at all. I don't want greens at all. I'm gonna reduce the luminance of red to around minus 27. So red in this photo is affecting only the lips of the model. Let's make it to minus 27. Yellows to minus 3. That's great. That looks good. I don't want to touch any other color because they have no existence in the current image. Let's move on to the color grading, the most important and the game-changing process of any photo editing all the time. It allows us to change the mid-tone, shadows, and highlight colors. As you can see, if I change mid-tones, it changes the mid-tones, the middle part of the area, shadows, and the highlights. As you can see, it affects particular colors. For this image, I want to have a blue midtones, so I will move my cursor in the blue around here and change the saturation to 15 and the luminance to around 28 minus. Shadows, I want to also, for shadows I also want it to be a blue. I'm gonna change it to blue around here. And saturation will be the same again, 15, and the luminance will be minus 36. Yep, that looks perfect. And also highlights, I will keep it as blue because I want blacks in the back. For highlights, I would keep it as 231 here. Saturation will be the same, 15, and the luminance will be minus 70 around. Blending, change it to 24. Balance, change it to minus 16. Perfect. Looks really good. Let's move on to lens correction. I'm gonna turn on the remove chromatic aberration. Keep enable profile corrections, whatever depends on your lens and camera. I'm not gonna touch any of this. I'm gonna touch the distortion panel here. I'm gonna change it to 146 and the vignetting around 34. Vignetting around 34. I'm not gonna touch any of the transform tool. Let me change the vignette to around minus 30. Get to around minus 30. For midpoint, I want more focus on our face, so I'm gonna turn it off to 0. I'm not gonna touch any of this. Let's move on to the calibration. For the greens, for the shadows tint, I'm gonna change it to minus 48 around. For red primary, hue will be minus 18. Saturation will be minus 19. For green, I want to move hue to around 25. Saturation minus 6. And for blue primary, I want a hue 25 and saturation 27. These look pretty much good. As you can see blacks in the highlights and oranges and the shadows. So in the final touch up, I'm just gonna put a graduated filter on the left side to increase some shadows. A little bit of exposure and done. It is the final photo we achieved using the normal simple tools from Lightroom, and look at the before and after. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you find all the information useful in my channel, please press like, share and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one.